Good evening everyone. If you guys can hear me, please confirm by typing S in the chat window. Mr. Ashish, Azim, Bharat, Chirag, Harish, Magendra, Michael, Muhammad, Naura, Rajesh, Richard, Sohedul, Tony and Mr. Vijay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, folks. Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all for this SAP HANA 1.0 with Support Pack 7 free demo session. Before starting this demo session, let me briefly introduce myself, a brief introduction about myself. Well, my name is Ilyas. I did master's degree in computer applications. I started my career as a Java developer in 1998. After working in Java 3 years, I switched to SAP. In SAP, as a ABAPer in SD, MM and FI modules. From 2003 onwards, I am working as a SAP BW consultant. Again in SAP BW, I worked in 2.x versions, 3.x versions and BW 7.x versions, and my current project with BW 7.4 with SAP HANA and SAP BOBI. When SAP acquired the business objects in 2008, from 2008 onwards, I am working as a BW business objects consultant. It's BW BOBA reporting, BODS, which is an EAM tool of SAP, as well as SAP BOPC as a backend specialist with integration with SAP BW to SAP BOPC. Because in SAP BOPC NetWeaver version, the backend is SAP BW. My specialization in BOBJ includes reporting, SAP BOBI, using web intelligence, dashboard design, different reporting tools for the report generation, designing the universes on top of HANA, HANA tables, HANA views, up to Excel 3.1, designing the universes on top of BW, okay, based on BEX queries, and in BA 4.0 we don't require universe on top of BW, doing the fit gap analysis on the source system, designing the multi-providers, designing the BEX queries, then creating the BACS connection to reach the client requirements for the report development. With SAP BOBI, my main source systems are SAP HANA as well as SAP BW, because my background from SAP BW. So since last 2.5 years, I am working in SAP HANA. Before that, I completed a couple of POC projects with the big 5 consulting companies. In HANA, I worked with various support packs, HANA 1.0 with support pack 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as well as the current one, 7. In HANA, my specialization is data provisioning, using business object data services and SLT. Again, designing very complex data flows using business object data services, even using ABAP data flows for loading the data to SAP HANA. Then reporting on top of SAP HANA BOBI, modeling, predictive analysis or integration with SAP HANA, SAP Lumira, and designing the mobile applications on top of SAP HANA using Business Object Design Studio and Smart Data Access, which is the new feature given by SAP in Support Pack 7 to load the remote, okay, the data from remote systems. So in big data, my experience includes not only SAP HANA, Hadoop as well. So extracting the data from Hadoop to SAP HANA using business object data services. So in business object data services, we have an option of extracting the data from different file systems. One of the file system is HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. Hadoop distributed file system, then reporting using SAP BOPA. So this is my functional exposure in different areas of SAP, and these are the different modules. Okay, I have number of experience ABAP, BW with CRM analytics. With BW, my specialization is SAP CRM and SAP SD, MM, FI. Okay, BW with SAP HANA, BOBI with SAP HANA. So I am an independent contractor, freelancer. Okay, I have a small consulting company, and we will do the contracts in entire North America, in US and Canada. In US, we have the clients, mainly pharma clients in New York and New Jersey, like Sanofi Pasteur, okay, Bristol Myers. In Toronto, okay, Apotex. All these are our clients. So these are my certifications: HANA certification, BW certifications, and all. Well, today's our class agenda is first. I will walk through the course roadmap, course structure, or course syllabus. It will give an idea what are the topics we are covering in this course, how long we are spending on each and every topic, and how far we are reaching your expectations. Once we completed the course roadmap, I will briefly explain what is SAP HANA, High Performance Analytical Appliance, how HANA can be used as an appliance, okay, how HANA can be used as an in-memory database, what is HANA Cloud, a brief product overview. Then we'll move on to questionnaires. We'll spend significant amount of time in the questionnaires, so that you guys are, please feel free to ask any type of questions related to career prospect. If someone is new and someone is working in other technologies, you want to move to SAP HANA, or someone is a university passed out student, any type of questions, technically and career related, please feel asked to any type of question. Let's start with course roadmap. So the course is HANA 1.0 with support pack 7, which is the latest support pack released by SAP almost month and 40 days back, with the data services workbench, information steward, SAP River, and smart data access. In order to understand this course roadmap, first of all, we need to have some idea about what is the product strategy of SAP HANA. Product strategy in the sense, a client, a enterprise, how an enterprise can utilize this HANA appliance. Suppose as a consumer, you are buying a product. Suppose you are buying a laptop. You know how to use that product, right? You can use for your training purpose, you can use for your work related purpose, or for surfing the internet. In the same way, in order to understand this course roadmap and how we design this course content like this, okay, why we are learning the course in this sequence. So in this sequence, you need to have an idea what is the product strategy of SAP HANA. When SAP released SAP HANA 1.0 support pack 0, which is the first public release in 2010 November, and up to support pack 2, these are the different releases of SAP HANA. We'll talk about this in the product overview. We'll talk about HANA history also. Support pack 0, support pack 1, support pack 2. Up to support pack 2, what is the product strategy of SAP HANA is, HANA as a data mart. HANA supports only data mart functions. In the sense, a client can utilize HANA only as a data mart. What exactly HANA as a data mart? So this is HANA as a data mart. HANA as a data mart, like in any other data warehousing application. Suppose a client is building a data warehousing application. So we have the data warehousing application. First, modeling. We'll design the data marts. We'll design the modeling objects, info cubes, DSOs, blah blah blah. Then we will extract the data from different source systems. We're performing our ETL process by applying the business rules. Then once the data is arrived in the data marts and other modeling objects such as info cubes, okay, and DSOs, then we can start consuming this information in SAP in reporting tools. So modeling, ETL, reporting. Up to HANA 1.0 with support pack 2, HANA supports only data mart functions. A client can use HANA as a data mart in the sense, this is SAP HANA. We can load the data from different SAP and non-SAP source system to SAP HANA. See, these are the different source systems. Once the data has been loaded to SAP HANA tables from different source systems, using those tables, using a tool called SAP HANA Studio, we will design the modeling objects to facilitate our reporting requirements. The modeling objects such as analytical views, attribute views, calculation views. So once we are done with the modeling, we can start consumption of these information models using SAP Business Objects BA 4.0 reporting tools. On top of SAP HANA, only certified reporting tools are SAP BOBA 4.0. So HANA 1.0 up to support pack 2, my friends. What type of functionalities HANA supports? HANA supports only data mart functions. In a data mart function, HANA has a data mart. Up to support pack 2, the client can use HANA to load the data from their different source system, historical data, real-time data. Then they can design the information models, start consumption of these information models in SAP BOBA reporting. That can be real-time reports or historical reports, or the reports with a combination of historical or real-time data for the decision making. Okay, for loading, what are the options given by SAP? Loading the data from different SAP and non-SAP source system to SAP HANA comes under data provisioning. So what are the different methods given by SAP for the data provisioning is ETL based replication. ETL based replication. In ETL based replication, we'll use a tool called Business Object Data Services 4.0, 4.1, 4.2. The latest version is 4.2. We'll load the data from a source system to SAP HANA by using a Business Object Data Services, which is an ETL tool, which falls under category of ETL based replication. In which scenario the client can go for ETL based replication is when the client is building Agile data marts in SAP HANA. Agile data mart in the sense the data in the source system is not in its original shape. Before loading the data to SAP HANA, we need complex transformations to be performed as per the requirements of a reporting. Whenever we require complex transformations to be performed before loading the data to SAP HANA, we need a full-fledged ETL tool by using which we can use all the options of this ETL tool in order to accomplish our transformations or ETL requirements before loading the data to SAP HANA in order to meet our reporting requirements. So this is a ETL tool. It's a very powerful ETL tool like Informatica data stage. Not only ETL tool, it supports all the transforms of data migration also. We can use this tool as a data migration tool as well as ETL tool. That is the reason this tool falls under EIM category, Enterprise Information Management. So this is very full-fledged ETL tool and it supports various types of transformations. So it supports various types of scripting languages like SQL scripting, ABAP scripting, and Python scripting. Apart from this scripting, it has got its own scripting languages. By using all these features, whenever the data is in the source system, not in its original shape, then we can load the data to SAP HANA using data services, that is ETL based replication. That is called ETL based approach. Second, real-time replication, which is also known as SLT, trigger based replication. What is trigger based replication? How it differs when comparing with ETL based replication? This is enterprise. This enterprise is implementing a HANA project. Okay, they need the business user required the reports analysis for decision making. Now the business users in this enterprise, what type of reports they require? Business users, what type of reports they require? Well, a business user needs some reports for forecasting, to take the decision about the forecasting, planning and all. Whenever we require a decision making process for forecasting, for planning, for budgeting, we require the reports on historical data. Maybe we require the reports on 2 full year fiscal year of data, 3 full year fiscal year of data. Historical reports on historical data. And some reports are required for the business users on top of real-time data. What is real-time data? So real-time data is, these are source. Once the transaction is saved in the source, well, the source is a transaction system, a OLTP system. It's a SAP ERP or non-SAP ERP, some transaction system. In the source, once the transaction is available, right away I need the transaction in SAP HANA for the reporting. Within the fraction of seconds, I need that data for the reporting. That is called real-time data. Whereas, whenever we are using business object data services to load the data, this is schedule-based replication. What is schedule-based replication? In schedule-based replication, now we design this job, for example. Whenever I am loading this, whenever I am scheduling this job on a periodic basis, maybe on hourly basis or daily basis or weekly basis, then only the data will be loaded from source to SAP HANA. That is schedule-based replication. Whereas in real-time replication, we don't schedule any jobs. Once the transaction is available in the source, right away I need the transaction for the reporting. That is called reports on real-time data. Those reports are, we are generating on top of real-time data, reports on real-time data, okay, real-time data reports. And some reports we require with a combination of historical and real-time data. So whenever the client requires real-time reports, we need to implement real-time replication. What is real-time replication? Once the transaction is available in the source, right away we need the transaction in SAP HANA. That is real-time replication. SAP HANA supports 2 real-time replications. One is SLT, which is also known as trigger-based replication, SAP landscape transformation. Second one is log-based replication using Sybase replication server. Apart from this, we have flat file, direct flat file method, which is available from support pack 4, then direct extractor connection, all. So once the data has been loaded, we'll design the information models, then we'll start reporting using SAP BOBI reporting tools. When SAP released support pack 3, HANA 1.0 with support pack 3, what is the product strategy of SAP HANA is, HANA can be used as a data mart functionality. If a client is using BW 7.3 with support pack 5, minimum we require support pack 5, we can use same HANA database as the underlying database for BW 7.3 also. See, this is our HANA database, HANA 1.0 with support pack 7. We can create the schemas, we can load the data from different SAP and non-SAP source system to SAP HANA. Then I can design the information models. Then I can start consuming these information models in SAP HANA. The same HANA, in SAP BOBI, the same HANA database I can use as an underlying database for BW. But we required BW minimum support pack 7.3 with support pack 5. Well, in this course we'll be covering BW 7.4 with service pack 5, which is the latest one. Now you can see this is the BW 7.4 on top of SAP, running on top of SAP HANA, the latest one. HANA analysis process, this is a new option given, and they have given direct HANA information views consumption. How to find out this BW is running on top of SAP HANA? Go to the database information, system and status, see HDB. What is the host name? HANA SP7. This is the server name, host name, see HANA SP7. All the tables of SAP BW will be created, the schema SAP BW4. Owner means schema. All the tables of this SAP BW, whenever we are creating the cubes, DSOs, will be created in only one schema. These are service pack BW 7.4 with service pack 5, the latest one. When SAP released HANA 1.0 with support pack 3, the product strategy of SAP HANA is the HANA can be used as the underlying database for SAP BW. The name of the project is Project Orange. Well, as of now, we have HANA version available as we can use HANA version as a database layer to BW, as a database layer to SAP ECC, as a database layer to SAP CRM. In the future version, in 2.0, one HANA database can be used as a database layer to our entire applications of a landscape. Okay, one HANA database we can use as a database layer to BW, ECC, CRM, as well as non-SAP source systems. Again, testing, production, and development environments. The advantage is HANA will maximize the performance because HANA is a in-memory database, and the client can reduce the cost instead of investing the money on different databases. One database can be used as a database layer to all the applications in the landscape. But still we are not here. This is HANA 2.0. We are HANA 1.0 with support pack 7. Now, with this, you can easily understand the course content. Why we designed this course content like this. Okay, first we'll start introduction to SAP HANA. What is SAP HANA? High performance analytical appliance. What is in-memory strategy? HANA compared to BWA. Okay, HANA Studio, HANA architecture. So these are the main modules. If you want to see the sub-modules, these are the sub-modules. So this is the introduction to SAP HANA. SAP HANA Studio, look and feel. Architecture of SAP HANA in various perspectives, like HANA architecture in IMC perspective, HANA architecture in modeling perspective, reporting perspective, data provisioning perspective, architecture of persistence layer, column store tables, row store tables. After completing architecture, first we'll start HANA as a data mart. Because there are so many clients who are using HANA as a data mart. There are so many projects in the market. HANA as a data mart. Whenever a client is using HANA as a data mart, in order to work in that project, what are the skill set a resource required? What type of skill set a consultant required? So the type of skill set the consultant required: data provisioning skills, modeling skills, and reporting skills. Look at this. I'm in a job portal. HANA consultant, BODS, HANA means the client is using HANA as a data mart. They are loading the data from different SAP and non-SAP source system to SAP HANA using SLT, using business object data services, modeling. This is one of the job requirement of. Yeah, I will take your questions, sir. If you see our course agenda, definitely I will take all your questions. Let me explain what I'm supposed to explain. Then at the end of the session, we'll be spending a lot of time. Okay. Like this, whenever a client is implementing HANA as a data mart, what type of skill set they require? They require data provisioning, modeling, and reporting. See, HANA with Bob J experience means the client is using HANA as a data mart. They are using reporting on top of SAP HANA. Okay, first we'll start with data provisioning. Data provisioning using the flat files, data provisioning using business object data services. This is very important because if you go to any client who is implementing HANA as a data mart, you commonly use data provisioning methods are two. One is ETL based approach, second one is SLT. So first we'll start with business object data services. Now the question is which version we are covering here. We are covering latest version business object data services 4.2. Business object data services 4.2. As of you are learning this tool from the scratch, I will start teaching this tool from the scratch. Like first we'll start with BODS architecture, okay, data stores, metadata, then how to define the data stores to HANA and different source systems, how to use different types of transforms in order to accomplish our business rules. So there are different types of transforms supported by SAP Business Object Data Services. Platform transforms, data integrated transforms, and how to achieve the CDC, how to load the Delta data, and how to load the data from different SAP and non-SAP source systems. SAP ECC CRM will take, then SAP BW, non-SAP data sources like a SQL Server database, Oracle database, okay, using Open Hub tables, DSO tables. In Business Object Data Services 4.1 onwards, SAP has given a new tool in Business Object Data Services. This is Designer. So this is Data Services Designer. There is one more tool given by SAP in 4.1, that is Data Services Workbench. So the Data Services Workbench is very flexible. Here we have so many new options when comparing with the Designer. So we'll cover a little bit of Data Services Workbench. Then Information Steward. So what is Information Steward is? Information Steward is a data profiling tool. In fact, Information Steward with SAP HANA is very high in demand. Business Object Data Services Workbench, if you know Workbench, and Information Steward, there are, in fact, I have given a couple of corporate trainings with Information Steward with SAP HANA in Columbus area. What is Information Steward is? It's a data profiling tool. What is data profiling? Checking the quality of the data before loading the data to SAP HANA. Before, we have a repository concept in SAP Business Object Data Services. There are three types of repositories: local repositories, then central repositories, and profiler repositories. Profiler repository will use for checking the quality of the data before loading the data to any target system. But SAP has given a new tool integrated with Business Object Data Services that is called Information Steward for data profiling. So in this course, we'll cover that one also. So once we completed Information Steward, then Smart Data Access. These are new data provisioning method given by SAP in Support Pack 7. So we don't have this up to Support Pack 6. This is Smart Data Access. This is one of the new feature of Support Pack 7. We'll use Smart Data Access for loading the data from remote systems like remote SQL Server, MySQL, different source system to SAP HANA. In fact, we can create calculation views also from the remote systems. And SAP River is one of the programming language given by SAP to develop completely backend applications based on SAP HANA. Then once we completed using Business Object Data Services, Smart Data Access, then we will move on to SLT. SLT is very important. So what type of reports the customers, the business users required? Reports on historical data, reports on real-time data, reports with the combination of historical and real-time data. Suppose I required a report, inventory monitoring levels, order status tracking reports, delivery status tracking reports. Means, so once a transaction is updated, once the transaction is added, whether the transaction is okay, whether the sale order is closed or it's still open, okay, if still open, what is, whether we did the partial delivery or full delivery. If we did the partial delivery, okay, what is a date for next delivery date, what is the availability to promise, all these things, these type of reports, most of the supply chain reports, for example, the business users required real time. In that case, how to implement the real time replication? Using SLT. One of the commonly used data provisioning method is SLT. So here we will cover the complete SLT. Not only just configuration of the SLT, because my background is from ABAP, okay. I will teach how to write the ABAP includes in SLT transformations, extending the table structures, deleting the fields from the target table which are not required, filtration of the data, all these transformations concepts, whatever the transformations supported by SLT, that will be covered. Not only just configuration, okay, complete what a client will expect, okay, related to SLT, most of the things will be covered. Then after, data provisioning using direct extractor connection. So once we completed the data provisioning, so almost we'll be spending 20 to 25 hours here in the data provisioning using business object data services, SLT. Once we complete it, then we'll move on to modeling. Here we loaded the data using SLT and business object data services from ECC, CRM related to FI data, cost profitability analysis data, sales order data, purchasing data, marketing data, okay, service data. We'll start modeling by using these tables. So we'll see very advanced level of modeling, attribute views, analytical views, calculation views, creating the advanced calculation views using GUI and script method, creating the attribute views, analytical views, calculation views for FI scenarios, COPA scenarios, sales scenarios, purchasing scenarios, marketing scenarios, for all the most of the scenarios. And whenever we are, suppose I'm covering business object data services. For every topic, almost we'll be having the assignments. So how we give the assignments is, we have the concept of block. So what is the concept of block? So let me show you the block for one of my ongoing batch. This is the block. So in this block, so you will have complete material, training material, assignments. So all the assignments. Then if you have any question, you can post your question. Then video recordings, once the class is done, right away the recording will be posted here. Once you enroll for the course, the blog access will be given. So you will be having this blog access up to 6 months. You can watch the recordings. And for upcoming sessions, complete webinar meetings. And if someone is posted a question, right away you will get an email notification. For that you have to subscribe this blog. So I will show you how to subscribe these blogs and all. Suppose a student posted a question, not only instructor, if someone else in the team knows that question, you can answer that question. It's like anyone can answer that question. Then how to get the assistance from the instructor, other technical people, all. So for every topic what we are covering, we'll be having the corresponding assignments. So after completing modeling, see here the modeling we are covering currency conversions, very advanced modeling concept for COPA, sales, purchasing. So here not only we'll cover COPA scenarios for modeling, we'll cover sales scenarios, purchasing scenarios, marketing scenarios. At the same time, we'll give you so many other scenarios as a homework also. Order fill rate scenarios. So once we completed the modeling, then we'll start reporting using SAP BOBI. And here we will use BA 4.1, the latest one, not BA 4.0. So reporting. So reporting layer, web report, okay, how to design the web reports on top of SAP HANA, how to design the universes on top of SAP HANA tables and HANA views. Then report development using Web Intelligence 4.0, dashboard design 4.0, business object explorer, business object design studio, and business object analysis edition for overlap. So once we completed HANA as a data mart, then we'll move on to BW, how HANA can be used as a database to BW 7.4. So how BW 7.4 is powered by SAP HANA, in-memory optimized info cubes, in-memory optimized DSOs, migration concepts, okay. Then how to consume HANA information models in BW by creating transit providers, composite providers, how to import BW 7.3 or 7.4 models in SAP HANA. Then user management and new features of support pack 5, support pack 6 and support pack 7. Then we'll give the complete, these are the POC projects, assignments and POC projects. So these are the advanced level topics. Support pack 7 new features. So some POC projects, first we'll load the finance data, sales data, then using SLT, using this one, then we'll generate these type of reports. Okay, sales are a header level report, item level reports, and in finance, balance sheet reports, profit income statements, year to date, month to date, quarter to date. Then we'll have a small assignment, case study, how HANA can be used as a database, underlying database for BW 7.4, and how it's HANA accelerate BW performance in ETL perspective as well as in reporting perspective. Well, the total duration of the course is 50 to 55 hours, my friends, apart from the classroom hours. So we'll be giving almost 150 hours of assignments. Okay, almost one. As of only in data provisioning, we have 20 assignments. Okay, again very complex assignments in modeling, different types of assignments, reporting, BW 7.4 assignments, some POCs, small POC projects. Okay, some small implemented projects, blueprints of implemented projects and all. So we'll move on to second part of our session agenda, that is HANA product overview. Before moving on to HANA product overview, we will see what is the necessity of a big data. What is the necessity of a big data solution like SAP HANA? What is the necessity of a in-memory database like SAP HANA? What is the necessity of a appliance like SAP HANA in today's market scenario? Well, SAP HANA is high performance analytical appliance, is a technology which allows the processing of huge quantity of real-time data in the main memory of the server to provide real-time results from the transactions. Well, we'll see this one. Before, let's understand what is the necessity. In present day scenario, in any enterprise, as a result of globalization, the information explosion. What is information explosion? The enterprise data spread across different geographical locations, in different formats, in different source systems, in different OLTP systems, OLAP systems. Look at this. The data is in spreadsheet, the data is in Twitter, the data is in Facebook, okay, the data is in data mart, the data is in CRM system, the data is in a SAP BW. Whenever the information explosion is like this, in present day scenario, in an enterprise, what are the challenges the companies are facing which deals with big data, which deals with information explosion, the challenges related to big data storage as well as reporting on top of such big data. Daily challenges, complex system landscape. Look at this landscape, very complex. Flexibility. The business users require immediate results. The business users required immediate results. Massive growth of data volume. As per the Gartner research, for every 18 months, the enterprise data doubles. Skilled workforce. So whenever the information explosion is like this, what are the consequences faced by an enterprise? Suboptimal execution speed, lack of responsiveness, user frustration, unsupportable business process, lack of transparency, outdated figures, need aggregation, guessing the current situation. If we don't have reactive business model, the business will miss so many opportunities and we cannot sustain with our competitor. We cannot compete with our competitor. So that it's very difficult to sustain in the market. Competitive disadvantages. Okay, the business users. What type of reports the business users require, my friend? Not only reports on historical data, reports on real-time data, reports with the combination of historical and real-time data. Expectations to make the decisions in real time at the moment of risk and opportunity. Customers expect the business experience to be as satisfying as a personal experience. People expect instant correct answer to any question. When the information explosion is like this, if I need a real-time data from a source, okay, how to implement the real-time replication? Because my business users require reports on real-time data also to take some spontaneous decision making. Whatever the traditional databases we are using at this point of time and traditional tools we are using, IT cannot deliver because it's a cost-effective management of large data volume, current and complete information, immediate. Whenever we are generating reports on top of such a big data with the traditional databases, with traditional tools, so how long it will take, okay, for the query response? Okay, what is a traditional database? How a traditional database will work, and what are the bottlenecks when okay, in the past? Past means with traditional database. In a traditional database, in traditional systems, this is the processor, CPU, and this is the hard drive. What is hard drive, my friends? Hard drive is a mechanical device. And this is the RAM, which is the main memory. Well, whenever we require the data for processing, for reporting, the processor will read the data from hard drive by performing disk IOs. It required significant amount of time because it's a mechanical device. Okay, it has to read the data by performing disk IOs from hard drive to main memory. As of, whenever I require something to be prepared in my kitchen, then I require some grocery items. I'm going to the grocery store, buying them. Okay, then I'm coming back to my home. Then I'm starting preparing the food, which requires the time because I don't have all the items in the kitchen, so that I have to go to the grocery store to buy them. Whereas in in-memory database like SAP HANA, how in-memory databases will work? In in-memory database, the primary persistence of the data is not hard drive. No. In in-memory database, the primary persistence of the data is RAM, main memory. The complete data resides in main memory. It doesn't matter. Your complete data warehousing data is 10 terabytes, 20 terabytes. So from main memory, the data is directly available for the reporting in memory analytics, and the data is available for the calculation. As of, the complete grocery store is in my kitchen, so I don't have to go to the grocery store to buy the items. So just I can go to kitchen, start preparing the food. Which one is faster? This one is faster. So performance in the bottlenecks in the past is disk IOs. So whatever the challenges we are facing at this point of time, the companies are facing, the companies which are dealing with the high volume of data related to data storage, related to query performance, how they can overcome all these challenges with SAP HANA. With SAP HANA, your reality with SAP HANA, it's a groundbreaking in-memory innovations. Like traditional database, the primary persistence of the data is not hard drive. The primary persistence of the data is main memory. Scalability, flexibility, real-time access to your transactional data. It doesn't matter. For most of the source system, you can schedule the data based on schedule-based replication using using business object data services, and if you want, we can achieve SLT also. We can implement SLT also. Real-time access to your transactional data. Just now we discussed what type of reports the business users require. Reports on real-time data, reports on historical data, and reports with a combination of historical and real-time also for some specific complex scenarios. Then the complete data resides in the main memory, and apart from this option, HANA is super duper fast because HANA can fully leverage new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations, which makes HANA super duper fast. So 3600 faster analytics. Okay, now we'll see what is SAP, a brief history about SAP HANA. Why SAP released SAP HANA? Because we have so many databases in the market. Oracle, SQL Server, Sybase, Ingress, Informix, IBM DB2, different types of big data solutions like Hadoop. What is the necessity to release one more in-memory database, one more solution for the big data like SAP HANA? Well, this is a history about SAP HANA. Okay, the different releases. So the latest release is support pack 7. Why SAP released SAP HANA is SAP HANA is one of the solutions for the big data. Let's understand what is a big data. Big data refers to data sets that exceeds the ability of commonly used tools. What is big data, my friends? Big data refers to the data sets that exceeds the ability of commonly used tools. While no formal definition based on size exists, these data sets typically reach terabytes, petabytes, and exabytes. So 1024 terabyte equivalent to 1 petabyte. 1024 petabyte equivalent to 1 exabyte. SAP has positioned, SAP HANA as one of the solutions for the big data at the low end of scale. At launch, HANA started with 1 terabyte of main memory. Well, the complete data resides in the main memory. Now the question is, what is the size of the main memory? How far we can extend? So what is compressed data? All these things we have to understand. At launch, HANA started with 1 terabyte of RAM, supporting up to 5 terabyte of uncompressed data. In the late 2011, hardware with 8 terabyte of RAM became available, which supported up to 40 terabytes of uncompressed data. So 8 terabyte of RAM supports how much? 40 terabytes of uncompressed data. So whenever we have data in traditional databases, that is called uncompressed data. Suppose this is XRDBMS. For example, Oracle. Whatever the data we have, that is uncompressed data. Suppose I have 1 terabyte of data in Oracle. If you are loading the same data in SAP HANA using column-based tables, that will become approximately 100 GB. This is called compressed data. The data is compressed in SAP HANA. SAP owns Sybase IQ, with its more matured MapReduce like functionality, has been cited as a potentially better fit for large data sets. By May 2012, HANA was able to run on server with 100 terabyte of memory. Look at this. That too, this is year and a half old statistics. In May 2012, SAP, in collaboration with IBM, they built this appliance, a appliance with 100 terabyte of main memory, powered by IBM. The project in charge from SAP, Hasso Plattner, claimed that this HANA system was big enough to run 8 largest SAP customers. One HANA system can accommodate 8 largest customers. Guess what? The largest customers of SAP can be Fortune 50, Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies. So one HANA database, one HANA appliance is capable of storing, is big enough to accommodate 8 large SAP customers. That is the capacity of SAP HANA. Now we'll see, is HANA is the first product, in-memory product of SAP? No. SAP HANA is not first in-memory product of SAP. Before SAP HANA, there are other in-memory products also. What are those? SAP HANA, to tell you the truth, it's a synthesis of 3 existing products of SAP. SAP HANA is a synthesis of 3 SAP products. What are those 3 SAP products? First one is TREX, the technology used in BW also, BW Accelerator, which is also one of the in-memory product of SAP, released in 2006. So SAP HANA is a synthesis of 3 products. First product is TREX. What is TREX? TREX stands for Text Retrieval and Extraction. It's a search engine like Google to search unstructured data, but it's a search engine from SAP. It began in 1996 as a student project at SAP collaboration with DFKL, another company. TREX became a standard component in SAP NetWeaver 2000. In-memory attributes were added in 2002 and Columnar Data Store was added in 2003, both the ways to enhance the performance. In SAP HANA, we have row-based tables and column-based tables. So column-based tables has taken from BWA, which is also based on TREX. In fact, for column-based tables, the parent technology is Sybase IQ. So Sybase IQ is technology acquired by SAP. So if we look at this, if you open the tables, here it supports 2 types of tables. So these are the column-based tables. So column-based tables, this concept, okay, along with other concepts, okay, search engine concept has taken from TREX. Second, P-start time. Second product is P-start time. So SAP HANA is a synthesis of 3 products. One is TREX, second one is P-start time. What is this P-start time? In 2005, SAP acquired a Mellanopack-based transact in-memory ANC. With this acquisition came P-start time, which is a in-memory lightweight OLTP RDBMS technology. So what is P-start time? It's an in-memory lightweight online OLTP RDBMS technology with row-based data store. Complete in-memory technology along with row-based storage has taken from P-start time. Third one is MaxDB. What is MaxDB? It's a database from SAP, like Oracle, other databases. It's a database. If you look at SAP HANA, my friends, in SAP HANA, the complete data resides in the main memory. In case of power outage, in case of any system reboot, the complete data can be erased because RAM is a flash memory. It's a volatile. We require the data safety. In order to implement the data safety, there is a concept of persistence layer in SAP HANA. Persistence layer. So persistence layer has taken from which product of SAP? MaxDB. So SAP HANA, in this way, SAP HANA is a synthesis of 3 products: TREX, P-start time, MaxDB. From these products, these are the features which are taken into SAP HANA. SAP HANA is not first in-memory product of SAP. SAP BW Accelerator was designed to accelerate queries by storing BW info cubes in memory, which is the in-memory product of SAP. This was followed in 2009 by Explorer Accelerator, where SAP combined the Explorer BI tool with BWA as a tool for performing ad hoc analysis. Apart from this, CRM segmentation and APO live cache is also based on in-memory products. Well, what is SAP HANA? It's an appliance. It's an appliance with the combination of software and hardware. It's an appliance, high performance analytical appliance with the combination of software and hardware. So HANA fully leverage new hardware technology innovation, new software technology innovations. So what exactly HANA consists of? What exactly different components of this HANA appliance? In HANA appliance, there are different components. What are those components? The main and the core component in SAP HANA appliance is HANA IMCE. That is also known as HANA in-memory database server. In-memory computing engine. SAP HANA IMCE. In-memory computing engine. Current version is 1.0 with support pack 7. See, this is a IMCE. This is IMCE. This is only a client tool, HANA Studio. Like SQL Server Management Studio, this is only a client tool. We added the system here. So we have different options. If you want, you can add the system. So we added one IMCE here. You can add a number of IMCEs. This is IMCE. If you want to see all the details, these IMCE details, all IMCE details. So what are the other components that comes along with this HANA appliance? A main client tool. The name of the client tool is SAP HANA Studio. SAP HANA Studio. So using this tool, we can connect to this IMCE and we can perform various types of modeling activities, administration activities, okay, some data provisioning activities, business user activities, okay, application development activities. We have different perspectives of this SAP HANA Studio. This is SAP HANA Studio. The client tool, which is a Java Eclipse based client tool. This is a Java Eclipse based client tool. Well, what else? What are the other components that comes along with this HANA appliance? The components and the add-ons to implement data provisioning like business object data services, SLT, and the components to connect to SAP BI reporting tools, and some small tools related to business users like HANA Information Composer, host agent. Okay, there are tools like HANA IMCE JDBC, HANA IMCE ODBC, okay, to connect to different BI 4.0 reporting tools. Because most of the BI 4.0 reporting tools will use the JDBC connections, ODBC connections, okay, ODBO connections, Microsoft Excel. So HANA comes along with all these corresponding drivers so that using these reporting tools can connect to SAP HANA for the reporting purposes. This is one of the research analysis from Gartner. Okay. Now, whenever a client is planning to buy a HANA appliance is available in 3 editions. What are those 3 editions? One is Platform Edition, which is also a basic edition. In Platform Edition is for customers who already have license for SAP Business Object Data Services. Following are the subcomponents: database, HANA IMCE, Studio, Client, Host Agent, and Information Composer, so that they can use business object data services for data provisioning. Well, a client wants to implement business object data services as well as SLT. They can go for Enterprise Edition is for customers who do not already have all necessary licenses for business object data services. Following are the subcomponent: HANA Database, Studio, Client, Host Agent, Information Composer, SLT add-on, SLT replication server, and SAP Business Object Data Services. Third one is Extended Enterprise Edition. In Extended Enterprise Edition, all the components along with to implement Sybase replication server also. Well, as I explained, HANA is a technology, HANA is an appliance with the combination of software and hardware, which can fully leverage new hardware technology innovations and new software technology innovations. We'll see what are the new hardware technology innovations and new software technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage, which makes HANA super duper fast. So these are the new software technology innovations. These are the new hardware technology innovations. Let's start with hardware technology innovations. HANA supports multi-core CPUs. Again, 10 cores in each CPU. Multi-CPU boards. Again, 8 CPUs in each board. Multi-server boards into boards. Massive memory setups. We can start with 512 MB of RAM, terabytes of RAM, and we can go to hundreds of terabytes of RAM also. Look at this. Multi-core CPUs, again 10 cores in each CPU. Multi-CPU boards, again 8 CPUs in each board. Again, multi-server boards into boards. That is the reason HANA can support only the latest Intel processors like Intel Westmere, Intel Nehalem. If you look at any HANA appliance from different vendors, Nehalem and Westmere. Nehalem and Westmere. What are the new software technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage? Row and column store. As I explained, we have two types of data storage mechanisms in SAP HANA: row-based tables and column-based tables. Row-based tables, like traditional databases, the data will be stored in the form of rows and retrieved in the form of rows. But only the difference is the complete data resides in the main memory. On the other hand, column-based tables are highly optimized for the read operations. And whenever we are storing the data in column-based tables, the data is highly compressed. Advantage is query performance is very good, and the data, we can reduce the data volume because it's a compressed data. Common layout supports sequential memory access. A simple aggregate can be processed into one linear scan. Massive parallel processing possible per column. So these extra features, column-based tables are highly optimized for the read operations, and the data is highly compressible. So we have 1 terabyte, approximately 100 GB. We have 40 terabytes, like the compression factor we can calculate. Apart from this, the data in new software technology innovation, partitioning. What is the concept of partitioning is? In HANA, so we have multi-cores, The data, the tables will spread over different cores, using parallel process, the query response time is very faster. This is called data distribution. The data will distributed across available cores. RAM locality, data gets spread out of all available cores. Even in fact, one core is also failed, the responsibility will automatically hand over to another core. So failure individual blades may fail without any causing the problem. We don't have any impact in the query performance because we have hundreds of cores. So using all these features, HANA first of all complete stores in the data in the main memory. Then it supports row-based new hardware technology innovations, new software technology innovations. This is one of the POC project. 70 retailers, they combine data together, 460 billion records and 50 terabytes of data. Without HANA, A complex query was tested 77 minutes with SAP HANA 13 seconds. Some average queries are tested 0.04 seconds. Though it's very old statistics, my friend, recently NASA also conducted a test with SAP HANA with petabytes of data, not with terabytes of data. Where is that? Yes, petabytes of data. Even the results are coming back in seconds. Okay, whenever a client wants to purchase SAP HANA, there are different certified vendors. Who are certified vendors? Partners with SAP: IBM, HP, Cisco, Fujitsu, Dell, NEC, Hitachi. So this is product availability matrix. From a vendor, the product availability matrix. Well, as a client, maybe I don't require HANA with 10 terabytes of RAM or 2 terabytes of RAM. So I need HANA appliance as per my data storage requirements, as per my business requirements. In that case, HANA appliance is available in t-shirt size. Extra small, 2 into 8 core Intel Nehru, other configuration. These are pricing. Now the prices are down and we have very good deals also. So small, medium, large, extra large. See, extra large, we can specify what is your RAM size, how many terabytes you require. Even you can place an order for any one of these vendors for your customized HANA appliance as per your big data storage requirements. Now we'll move on to the third part of our demo session, that is the questionnaires. Now it's your turn, guys. Please, whoever having the question one by one, raise your hand so that I can unmute you so that we can discuss your question. Very good. Do you get all the access to this one? Absolutely. You are absolutely right. So the way how we will connect in the project using remote desktop, here also we'll connect to our sandboxes, training boxes, sandboxes using RDP. But here we don't have any VPN. So once you connect it to RDP, so you will find HANA database, HANA Studio with support pack 7, then business object data services, SAP BOBA, BW HANA, complete integration. So whatever the topics we are covering, in order to practice, in order to complete the hands-on of those practice, look at this. So these are the assignments for data provisioning. Unless if you don't have BODS 4.2, we cannot complete these assignments. In fact, I cannot teach this syllabus also if even I don't have data provisioning availability with business object data services to SAP HANA. So you will get the complete access to business object data services, SLT, SAP HANA 1.0 with support pack 7, complete SAP BOBA 4.2 reporting tools, SAP ECC, SAP CRM, and BW 7.4 with support pack 5 running on top of SAP HANA. Okay. Well, any other question, folks? You guys can raise your hand. Yes. There is one gentleman raised the hand. Yes, Rajesh. Yes, Rajesh. I unmuted. Yeah, the course duration is 50 to 55 hours with more than 150 hours of case studies, assignments, and POC projects. Yeah, cost, our course coordinator will send you an email regarding the cost and all. Yes, Rajesh, I unmuted. Please go ahead with your question. Rajesh, can you hear me? You raised your hand, my friend. Or you can type your question in the chat window. Well, the course duration is for 6 weeks, each week 10 hours. Yes, you can do that, but you don't have to do as long as you have access to our system, our sandbox. So you can log into the sandbox and we have the SAP HANA Studio. Okay, you can practice. In case if you want all these things, we can assist you. That will be okay. That we can discuss later on. So if you have any questions related to your career prospect, technical questions, please go ahead. Well, we are planning for weekdays evenings, daily 2 hours per day. So we'll let you know the timings very soon. Most of the students are comfortable on weekends. Okay, we have one slot available on weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 5 hours, morning sessions also I can take. Otherwise, if it is daily session, daily 2 hours, Monday to Friday. If it is evening, after working hours, 10 hours per week. 1 minute, let me ask my course coordinator. Rajesh, is this weekend?
Hello.
Rajesh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Is it weekend or weekday evening batch, Rakesh?
Sir, we are planning for depending on the majority of the students, then we will go ahead. As per if most of them looking for weekend or weekday. Once we get in touch with all of them, then we can decide that.
Well, folks, okay, as per my course coordinator, so with majority of the students will be deciding whether we have to go for weekend or weekday evening. But both the slots are available for this batch. I have one slot available in weekends and one slot available weekday evenings. So that it depends upon the majority of the students. Okay, we can start this batch on weekday evenings or weekends. So we can fit in weekends or weekdays evenings. Any other questions, folks? And if you need more clarification also, okay, if you want to talk to me one-on-one for your career guidance, okay, then just call. Rakesh, can you type your number please in the chat window?
Yes, I just.
So that the course coordinator will arrange, okay, conference call with me, so that we can one-on-one we can talk. No. Access is available for more. The course duration is for 6 weeks, 10 hours per week. But the course, I guess 3 or 4 months, I guess the access is available. Rakesh, can you type the phone number? Yes, thank you for Rakesh. Well, folks, we have given our phone number. Please call us if you need any further clarification, further assistance. We are very happy to help you out. Okay, in order to choose, okay, the HANA, okay, depends upon your experience. So we can give you the career guidance also. Really, if you look, okay, if you want. So if you want to talk to me, please welcome. Call on this number. And you can send me an email also. Training@elearnsap.com. So we'll answer your question. Or it's better to call so that you can directly interact with the instructor, okay, and you can ask whatever the questions, technical questions, career related questions, okay, any other building related information. If you are very high profile, how you can fit into SAP HANA, all these type of questions we can discuss. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, I will wind up this session here today. Thank you very much for attending this session. I appreciate everyone's time. Have a good night, folks.